My car got towed recently, right? I went to go retrieve my vehicle. I went down to the police station, and I asked the police lady, I was like, why was my car towed in the first place? And her response was, well, sir, you had an outstanding ticket. And I'm like, really? Outstanding? That's the choice of vocabulary you want to use right now to describe? Like James Brown was outstanding. You understand what I'm saying? Chipotle, outstanding. This is a depressing ticket, what I have right here. I would love to be in the courtroom and the judge is like, well, Mr. McBee, I see here you have 2 outstanding warrants. I'm like, I thought they were pretty amazing myself, Your Honor. I really worked hard. A lot of big changes happening in the country, a lot of big changes. Gay marriage, how we feel? How we feel about it? That's what I like to hear. What I like to hear. I don't get it, man. Some people are still uptight about it. Some people in 2015 still uptight about gay marriage. I don't understand it. I feel like at the end of the day, we all just want to be loved and love somebody. It doesn't matter who it is. You just want to feel that love, right? Yeah. Doesn't matter. I look for it wherever I can get it. Like, I'm a straight dude. Never mind the shirt, but I'm a straight dude. But I got a lot of gay friends. Whenever I hang out with my gay friends, sometimes we go hang out at straight clubs. Sometimes they take me to gay clubs. I don't care. We're hanging out, drinking, having a good time. Whenever I start the night out hanging out with my gay friends, I always start the night by saying, man, I hope no dudes try and hit on me tonight. By the end of the night, I'm always saying, man, I can't believe no dudes tried to hit on me tonight. What do I need to do? I come from a small town, man, very small town in the Midwest, right? And very conservative background, right? Both my parents, Baptist preachers. You see the hush that just went over the crowd? Exactly. So every now and then I'm way more progressive, so I like to do certain things that kind of ruffle my family's feathers every now and then, right? Like around the time that gay marriage was passed in New York City, I immediately updated my Facebook status to Charles McBee is in a civil union, right? Just to see what would happen. 4 minutes later, my mom calls me on the phone. What is a civil union? I can tell her neck was doing this. I can see it in my head, right? I can see it. I was like, don't worry, Mom. That's just when 2 people want to get married. Don't worry. She goes, liar. I'll have you know I Googled what civil union means. It's when 2 people of the same sex want to get married. What do you have to tell me? It took me an hour and a half to convince my mom I'm not homosexual, right? But around that time, it was my birthday. Just moved into a new place, new roommate. It was my birthday. My mom flew to New York to see me for my birthday, see my new place, meet my new roommate. What my mom didn't know, my new roommate, flaming homosexual. So me and Gary decided to have a little fun. Why not, right? Now we're having dinner, and I can tell my mom wants to say something real bad, right? But she's not. She's trying to be real proper and holy, right? So in the middle of dinner, Gary leans into me, puts his hand on my shoulder, and goes, so Charles, have you told your mother about us lately? My black Baptist preaching mother, while cursing and speaking in tongues, reached into her purse and pulled out a bottle of holy oil that she carries around with her and starts spraying it like hotcakes, right? But without missing a beat, Gary stands up and goes, hey. Somebody brought the lube. The best and worst birthday ever. It was incredible. This is the thing about my mom, man, sweetest person in the world, but come from a small town and just certain things they see certain things a certain way, right? Like I remember she came to see me perform comedy. I took her around a bunch of shows, introduced her to a bunch of friends of mine, introduced her to my friend Rick. Now Rick is an older comic, kind of got me into the game, very good friend of mine. Those two having fun, drinking, having a great time. Rick leaves and she turns to me and goes, Charles, I'm so glad that you have a friend like that in your life. He's such a great guy. I look at her and I go, well, Mom, you do realize that Rick is gay, right? Her exact response, no, really? But he looks too old to be gay. I don't think it works that way, Mom. I'm not sure it works that way. So many crazy things going on, man. I don't understand what people are so uptight about it, right? like gay marriage and everything. They're even in certain parts of the Midwest, certain parts of like Indiana. I don't know if you guys remember, certain restaurants were saying that they wouldn't serve gay people. Like we're going to refuse to serve gay people. It's crazy, right? It's weird to me that stuff is happening in 2015. Kind of reminded me of like the sit-ins back in the South in the 40s, 50s, right? I don't know if you guys know, but like back in the 50s in the South, they wouldn't let black people eat at certain restaurants, right? Black people would try and go and get food, and they would spit on them and beat them and stuff. And then like they would call the cops, and the cops would come and beat them and spit on them and stuff. And then like the news people would come. I don't know why that part's funny. I know some of y'all. And then the news people would come and film it, and that's how civil rights got passed. Dope, right? I was watching a documentary about the sit-ins, and I learned a lot about it. But then I thought about it, and I realized if I could interview anybody from the civil rights movement, I wouldn't want to interview anybody from the sit-ins or anybody that I already know about, right? The person I want to interview from the civil rights movement is the first black person to ever go into one of those restaurants post-segregation and then order food from that restaurant and then eat the food from that restaurant. You understand what I'm saying? Like, who is this brave Negro? Do you understand? Because it's not like they changed the staff. It's the same racist staff from before. It's not like they went on a weekend retreat to discuss the importance of diversity. Nope, same racist staff from before. I'm just saying, you know what? If I went to go get my prescription filled at the pharmacy and I saw that my arch nemesis, my worst enemy, was the one filling my prescription, I'd be like, you know what? Crabs it is. I can scratch. That's all right. You got this one. I'm a little too militant. I'm a little more Malcolm than I am Martin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love them both, but I'm a little more, like, if you don't want to serve me or deal with me because of the color of my skin, that's fine. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. We'll have our own separate things, right? Like, I won't even eat at Johnny Rockets because it looks like a place that used to not serve people that look like me. Do you understand what I'm